The conversation continues on Houston's Morning News with Matt Patrick.
KTRH News Time is 7:16. Well, we found shale. We found a way to get the oil out. Everyone's happy. A lot of jobs, people making money, and of course the environmentalists have found something wrong with it. Joining me right now, Luke Metzger of Environment Texas and oil expert Phil Flynn of PFGBest.com join us. And Luke, that was not directed at you in any way. I just want you to know that. But let me ask you this: horizontal fracking, is that what we're talking about here? Is that what you think is causing earthquakes around the country?
Well, not exactly. What scientists say, and scientists at the U.S. Geological Survey are saying, is that it's almost certainly happening. Earthquakes are almost certainly happening because of the injection of the wastewater deep underground, so the wastewater associated with fracking.
So let me go to Phil right now. Is that not horizontal fracking? I thought that's what they did. They took the wastewater, they put it underground, they get the oil and gas separated from the shale, right?
Well, they do shoot water in the ground, but the truth of the matter is that they've been doing that for hundreds of years. There's absolutely no connection between horizontal fracking and earthquakes that anyone knows. Now, some people are speculating that maybe you can put two and two together, but the truth of the matter is it's a very, strong stretch. There's no evidence at all. No scientists will come out and say that's absolutely happening, and my bet is it isn't. It seems like everybody's trying to find something wrong with fracking. They don't like the idea of it, so they're going to try to use anything they can to put a bad light on this process.
Luke, listen, we just want to get the oil out of the ground. We run on fossil fuels here in this country. Fracking seems to be a way to do that. As Phil said, we've been doing it for an awfully long time. Why would there be earthquakes all of a sudden?
Well, that's what the scientists wanted to find out. They looked at the Midwest, which is not an area commonly where earthquakes are found, and they saw a huge uptick in the amount of earthquakes. So there were about an average of about 21 a year in 1970. In 2009, it went up to 50. In 2011, it went up to 134. So they wanted to find out, why are we having all these earthquakes? And so they looked at it, and as I said, their quote was almost certainly it's happening from man-made causes, but probably because of the deep water and underground injection of the wastewater.
Well, with all due respect, they didn't exactly say that, Luke.
Their quote was almost certainly, yes.
Well, again, I have to say, Luke, that seems like the same argument people make against global warming, that it has to be man-made. It's a big jump. The truth of the matter is that you've quoted statistics going back to the 1970s. There have been earthquakes in the Midwest going much longer than that. In fact, the biggest earthquake, I believe, happened in the early 1900s in the St. Louis quake. There's faults running through the Midwest. There always has been. They're always susceptible to earthquakes. And to say that, because one fault becomes more active, it's because of man-made causes, again, is a huge stretch.
Gentlemen, if you would hang on just a moment, we'll come back here in a second. I want to find out if there is a way, Luke, in your mind, that we can do this differently. And Phil, I'll give you a chance to respond to it. All right, Luke, we got to get the oil, Luke. We need the oil. Stop telling us we can't have oil. Is there a better way, in your opinion?
Well, there's certainly a whole variety of energy sources we should be pursuing, but there definitely are better ways that we could be, extracting shale gas. So there's, for example, if you just look at beyond the earthquakes, there's a number of other environmental issues associated with it.
Well, how can we get it out, though? Look, real quick, in the time that I have, how do I get it out if I'm not fracking?
Well, for one, if you're going to get it out, recycle the water you're using. They use huge amounts of water, 4 million gallons per well. They should be recycling that water to extract the gas if they're going to do it.
All right, Phil, let me ask you this. How difficult would it be to recycle the wastewater? I'm okay with shooting wastewater down in the ground.
Well, I am too, and if there's a way to recycle it, I'm all for that too. I don't think the energy industry is, trying to fight different ideas of how to do this better. But let's face it, this could revolutionize our economy.
Yeah.
It could put a lot of people back to work.
Oh, yeah.
And we don't want, make decisions based on inaccurate information.
Well, I think the environmentalists are afraid that's all going to happen, and we'll forget about windmills, lollipops, and sunshine. Now, Luke, I'm not making fun. I just want you to know. But listen,
all right.
I want to thank both of you for coming on.